What is up? My name is Julian. I'm a big comic nerd and therefore the name TheComedian. But I'll get back to that later. So why am I here today? The simple answer, because my biological father said, no worries, I know when to pull out. And being the skillful kind who knows when not to pull out, I'm lucky enough to be here now. I mean, let's be honest, I don't even know this dude, but I'm pretty sure he's an asshole. I mean, he walked out on my mother when I was just born, so, you know, and he also tried to sue me several times when I was still in college because he paid money for it. Well, you know, but if you're a dick and come too early with your dick, that's what happens. But yeah, he seems to be a real asshole. He probably even smells like one, like a dude's asshole at least. Don't get me wrong, there are good smelling assholes out there, especially girls have some nice smelly holes. I actually have a girlfriend, so I know this for a fact. But dudes' assholes mostly just smell like shit. So when I think of my biological father, I think of a dick covered in shit, smelling like an asshole. But the initial question was, why I'm even here and talking to you. Hopefully because you chose to. I'm not a big fan of forcing people to do stuff, especially afterwards. You know, things get a little bit messy if you have to dispose of them. So, but don't get me wrong, I love forcing people to do stuff like the next guy. After all, no means yes, and yes means anal. And that's a horrible joke, isn't it? I read it on the internet once, so not too long ago. And I'm actually a guy who's not into this whole woman beating stuff. I'm more of a I don't care guy. Well, you know, this came out wrong. I'm in general a laid-back person. That's what I meant. I'm not like, oh look, this woman is getting beat and raped on. Let's just stand here and not care about it. After all, she probably wanted it, seeing as she dressed like that. I mean, I don't dress like a child when I go into the Catholic Church, so why is she wearing a dress? Gee! So yeah, I'm a chill person. I don't care about you or your problems. I try to forget my own. I just live the day how I want to. Occasionally worrying about money, like the next guy, freaking out when all of a sudden the power goes out and I have to bath in rainwater. And it's also not that I'm egoistic or anything. No. I just can't get myself to care. I mean, I never get it when people start talking about other people. Where's the fun in that? I mean, I rather sit down, think hard about how I can finally get my own Porsche. And, you know, this can go either way. You know, be it, well, my neighbor 2 houses down drives one. I could probably sneak in at night, get everything I want, and if he tends to wake up, I will just kill him. Or, you know, like, did someone already invent a service where you can hook up with someone anytime you want, like, for money? I actually, and this is sadly no joke, I am from Germany. You might have noticed by now thanks to my accent. I mean, this is not the joke that I'm from Germany. No. The joke is that we don't have Craigslist here in good old Deutschland. You know? And I talked to one of my friends in the US of A, and I described to him my idea on how to get a Ferrari by building a website that gives me enough money to buy that car. And he was going like this the whole time, like, yeah, sounds awesome, dude, yeah, congratulations, you just invented Craigslist. Without all the sex ads and rapists, of course. I don't know Craigslist, but from the sound of it, it seems awesome. Anyway, I don't get the, did you see what she was wearing today? First of all, you're not better than anyone else. It might sound cliché, but believe me, chances are you aren't. I mean, sure, if you look back 70 years, you're definitely better than the dude who stood up there and yelled, Wollt ihr den totalen Krieg? Which loosely translates to, do you want the total war? I mean, I have actually no clue how it all went down in great detail. I saw videos, talked about it in history class, which was really fun. I mean, apparently I'm still to blame for what happened and should never forget about it. But yeah, if I was standing there and a dude with a weird mustache and a dead mob fire would stand there and shout, do you want the total war? I wouldn't be like, woo, yeah! You know, I would rather be like, what? I should get out of here. But, you know, granted, if I wanted to get out of there at this point, I would probably be way too late. But yeah, you know what fascinates me? You know, when we're looking back at the time travel. The idea and concept behind it, especially moving backwards in time, not forward, you mind, which is apparently totally not possible according to some studies on the topic, but backwards. Besides the totally point of getting, the total obvious point of getting rich or boning someone famous who wasn't famous at the time, I could punch baby Hitler in the balls and be like, that's for all the Jews! And someone would yell, he didn't drink any juice! And then I would be known as the dude who punched a baby in the nuts and forever be remembered as that. I would not be the hero I deserve to be. But that's the problem with time travel, isn't it? If you're lucky, you get rich by having all the sport results in almanac, or if you're unlucky, your mother will rape you in your sleep. Well, what was my initial point, though? Yeah, talking about other people. I really don't get that. I read once that it is healthy to trash talk and gossip, but it just bores me that I might just grow my ears shut for hearing it. I like to think about ideas on how to make shit better, and how to make life better. Like, my own life, for example. I always wanted a fast car. And what people never believe me is that I don't want to get rich. Shit, no. Why would I want to do that? I mean, being able to live a carefree life and just buy whatever I want to, that sounds like boring nuisance to me. I have no interest in being rich. I just want a fast car. One where I drive up to a traffic light and wink to the ladies and feel how the air suddenly gets moist. That's a man's dream. Moist air and fast cars. Then I could be like, look at that dude driving a Golf. I'm better than him. What often baffles me is when you hear people talk about others behind their back and go like, did you see what she was wearing today? And I'm just looking, trying to focus, not to scratch my ears out and just go, what the fuck do you care what somebody else wears? Does it make your life better if we talk about that? Do you get off on this? Are you moist? Seriously, what the fuck is so interesting about it? If you talk about someone else, you're probably jealous, you smelly asshole.